to usher in yet another public emergency, allowing the United Nations and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the World Economic Forum and BlackRock and all of the other war criminals to seize further control of everything. For more on this and what we can expect to see coming forward, we're joined by Mel K. Mel, thank you so much for being with us. We certainly appreciate it. I mean, these psychopaths, the same usual suspects, they're at it again.
Well, they're at it again because nobody's held accountable. I still haven't gotten any answers as to why Dr. Fauci was working with the Chinese Communist Party to create a bioweapon in Wuhan to begin with. I mean, that's never even been dealt with. What we have is a government, and certainly all the intel agencies and science agencies are compromised. We have a captured nation that is being run by what I call the parent company. Bill Gates, obviously one of them, Larry Fink, Eric Schmidt. These guys are all aligned with the World Economic Forum, which is totally and 100% part and parcel with the UN. And frankly, everything that they're doing right now is to go towards their agenda, which is a post-America world. They have not only run the controlled demolition of the United States, they're also running the liquidation of the United States in order to eventually destroy us from within, take our human resources, our natural resources, our labor. I mean, this is such a huge time in history. People have to fully understand a captured nation is captured by whom? A global public-private partnership. We have one of the parent companies, but there's a bigger one above them. And frankly, all they want from America, I believe, is our natural resources to catalog all of us. And their end goal is Agenda 2030. It's right on the Biden-Harris White House website from September 2023 that Biden-Harris will lead the world into Agenda 2030, which Barack Obama, without the consent of the governed, without telling anyone what it was, signed this nation up for Agenda 2030 in 2015, and the goal is to achieve it by 2030. Well, a big part of that is getting rid of as many people in the population and making sure the rest of them can't fight back. How better to do it with genetically modified mosquitoes that have been released in Florida for years, and yet nobody's held accountable. And we're here again, where if these people don't get held accountable for the many crimes that they've committed, they're never going to stop. And I mean, it's just history tells you that.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Extreme Accountability. When you look, too, by the way, it says, no, a video does not show a helicopter dropping mosquitoes. A Bill Gates-tied mosquito project is not responsible. But then, of course, CNBC acknowledges Bill Gates released swarming mosquitoes to make a point. Reuters says, oh, no, this is an aphid, not a genetically modified mosquito. So there's, I mean, all kinds of different fact checks by the usual suspects online as well. But we can see obvious video footage that these are mosquitoes being dropped onto our country in what can only be described as an open declaration of war by this corporate, private, government crime syndicate against the American people.
Yeah, 100%. And what we have to understand that this group of people, they're not like any other we've dealt with in the past because they have no allegiance or alliance to any nation, to any flag, to any religion, any race, any land. They are power for power's sake, straight out of 1984. And nobody's telling the American people the truth except for a handful of people like yourself. And the bottom line is we are a captured country. Our government is not functioning. It is being fully controlled from above. Our government officials that we elected are now just handlers to pass these global initiatives. And they have this big summit of the future coming up at the UN where they're apparently going to introduce a UN summit of the future, our common agenda, UN 2.0 with teeth, which is all part of the same thing that's happening. And they need the fear and the panic and the demoralization so that we, the people, do nothing. And we are doing nothing because it is global communism from the top down by a very small group of people. And they want to catalog all of us. So this will also be part of the track and trace surveillance system. Don't think that this isn't just like the Social Security numbers last week. Don't tell me that's not going to be used to tell. Now we have to change that. So you all got to get on the global track and trace surveillance, digital public infrastructure, so we can control you for the rest of your lives. That is the end goal, is to have track and trace surveillance on everyone from birth to death by this small group of people that have no authority and are treating our governments like they're, just the enablers for their agenda.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people say all the time, Mel, and I'm sure you do too, we're not falling for this again. We're not going to comply with this again. No way, never again, blah, blah, blah. I want to play this video and get your reaction on the other side.
The risk of a dangerous virus spread by mosquitoes has 4 towns west of Boston, Massachusetts, urging residents to stay indoors after dark until at least October. Now, according to a local report, the town of Oxford says it doesn't have the funds to spray away the potentially deadly pests. Get more now from CBS's Tiffany Chan.
Oxford, Massachusetts, and 3 neighboring towns have a reason for concern as mosquitoes carrying a potentially deadly virus called Eastern Equine Encephalitis, or Triple E, infected a resident who is now fighting for his life.
We don't want to see.
So this is voluntary lockdowns at this point. I mean, these people are absolutely falling for the programming, hook, line, and sinker, as a captured media is propagandizing and brainwashing and gaslighting and programming and just lying to them on behalf of the empire of lies that we all live under. So they are falling for it again.
Yeah, it's very scary, but this is the same people that at a snap of the fingers went from COVID to Ukraine to Joe Biden to Kamala Harris. I mean, we got a real problem going on here. And all these people, they don't even know that they're useful idiots of the global public-private partnership that is calling themselves the Democratic Party. They're from above. All these people are aligned with the World Economic Forum, everyone involved in this, also with the CCP, also with many other things. The bottom line is America is a captured country, and the only way that we can deal with it is to actually understand what has happened here, who's controlling it, why they're controlling it, and what their end goal is, and fight back every way we can. But this is going to start the whole thing towards a biometric data, Internet of Body, Internet of Things surveillance system. This is the end goal. So they're going to do it any way they can. And anyone that's signing up for it is betraying not just this country, but the whole world. Because frankly, you know, Donald Trump says they're not after me, they're after you, I'm in the way. I say they're not after America, they're after the world, and America is in the way. And we better start acting like it and standing up and saying no more. There are fine things out there that can treat this stuff, but I'll tell you, people are so brainwashed. Goebbels and Hitler are looking at the current crop of technology and military-grade cognitive warfare specialists in awe of how disgusting and inhuman they are. And the more people that die, I'm telling you, the better. And it's not just here. It's all over the world, all the way up to the Bank of International Settlements. They're paying for both sides of the controlled demolition of America and the world in order to rebuild it in their way. And the 17 Sustainable Development Goals are sustainable for them. They want to monetize nature. They want to monetize humanity. They want to have us own nothing and be happy. And people are still looking at it thinking it's some kind of conspiracy theory. It's on their own websites. You know?
Why don't people believe
they
them when they straight up stand in front of you and they tell you, when Bill Gates does a TED Talk and says, hey, a great way for us to reduce the population is through vaccines? What do you think he means by that? Why don't people just take him at his word and believe him?
Yeah, take them all at their words and believe them. The one that's the scariest to me is that BlackRock Larry Fink not only is the most powerful person, in my opinion, in America above our government, he's also on the board of the World Economic Forum, the architect of the Great Reset, the architect of the ESG score, some also on Council of Foreign Relations, but somehow the only financial firm able to function freely in communist China. And this guy runs all of our pensions and is investing in things all over the world that are all part of this post-America plan. You have to understand, these people are invested in the demise of America in order to have a global empire that they control with technocracy and technology. And we are all walking into it eyes wide open, giving our handprints, our eye prints. Like, people didn't see Minority Report. They don't know that it's real. And that is where we're going. And it's really, really very scary that people are, think that this is cool because they're selling it as convenience, or, they create the problem. Obviously, they come in with the solution. All of this is a huge financial money transfer on top of everything else. And frankly, Larry Fink and all his friends are fully invested in global governance and a future where America is knocked off. And it's trillions of dollars. If people think that they hate Donald Trump or all of us because we disagree with them, no, it's because it's going to cost the parent company a lot of money if they don't achieve their goals that are outlined in Agenda 2030. And the main goal is full control, track, trace, surveillance over all of humanity through a ledger technology, blockchain they control with AI. That is real. It's in their own documents. And if people don't realize all of these scare tactics, all these trauma exercises are just the precursor to say it's for your own good, and have a lot of stupid people say, you know what, they want the best for us. No, they want to get away with their crimes. These people have been committing crimes since 1963. The intelligence community has been a cover-up operation, and they're getting caught because of COVID and because of people like you and other people that beat the algorithms and got through, and now the whole world is awake to them, and they're terrified. And you know what? They'd rather destroy the world, America, and people and nature and everything than ever be held accountable. We must strive for transparency and accountability, starting, frankly, with Anthony Fauci and Bill Gates going back to Event 201, and have some serious accountability. I mean, I can't even believe Zuckerberg's
100%.
out there apologizing. And I'm like, no. You don't get to apologize now.
YouTube gave me my channel back. You know, because when they kicked us off, when we released the trailer for a film called Died Suddenly that's been seen 100 million times in all these different languages,